Fight!
Comic Bakery is a Konami game released for the MSX platform in 1984. The game places you at the hands of a chef trying to run a fully automated bakery. The food, croissants in the MSX game, arrive on the left screen and pass on conveyor belts through the processing machines. If they reach the end of the line, they will be stacked onto a trolley. Getting the trolley full wouldn't be a problem only for the hordes of raccoons infesting the plant. The bakery plant itself must be using the more liberal open plan layout, like open doors and no roof. Either that or it must be littered with huge holes because raccoons seem to be able to come in and out without any problems. Clearly, health and safety wasn't much of a concern in 1984. Raccoons on the upper part of the level will attempt to steal items from the conveyor belts, while the ones on the ground will switch off the processing machines. It's your job as a chef. Actually, you're more of an assembly line worker than a chef here. But anyways, it's your job to ensure the food passes through the processing line smoothly and restart the machines when they've stopped. You can also stun the raccoons with this. I guess it's a stun gun, which I didn't know bakers had to carry. Or maybe it's that super baker stunner raccoon power we often hear about when Japanese cooking is mentioned. Okay, that wasn't very funny. Once stunned, you can just kick the raccoon out of the way. Nice. Also, be warned, some raccoons are also inside the machines and can attack you from there as well. I mean, it's disgusting, really. I would not recommend eating anything that comes out of that bakery. The upper section of the screen contains a map indicating which machines are operational and which are stopped. Blue means working, blinking red means they've been stopped and you must hurry and restart them. A timer indicates what time of the day it is. Comes 5 o'clock, the factory stops and the goods are loaded onto the truck for delivery. You're then treated to a rather cute little cutscene showing the chef bringing the raccoon poop filled croissants to his happy customers, while an owl passes judgment on your performance. Folks, seriously, you've got to stop wild animals coming into your shop. It's unsanitary. And that is pretty much all there is to the game. There's a couple of difficulty levels, but you can pretty much play the game on repeat after a while. The game was also ported on the Commodore 64 by Imagine Software and included an original piece of music by Belfast-born Martin Galway, who for a while worked as the audio director for Star Citizen before leaving his post in 2015. There was also planned to support the game onto the ZX Spectrum, but this was abandoned early. A Comic Bakery arcade machine was also released in 1984, however I could not find a single picture of this. Nothing, even on Arcade Museum, Google, nothing. Send me a picture if you have one, I'd love to see what the arcade machine looked like. A ColecoVision homebrew version port was also done in 2014 and it looks pretty close to the MSX version. This is clearly a game of a different era, more reminiscent of the gameplay of the Game & Watch Nintendo games, but I loved it, with limited action and a handful of screens, but you know what, it worked. Yeah, it worked and they were fun games. Now, granted, you wouldn't be playing this for hours on end, but if you want a quick and easy arcade game, something you can casually play with your friends as you're taking turns and trying to beat each other's score while it's raining outside. A game that doesn't require your full attention, leaving you time to talk and joke and share your thoughts and remind you that maybe there's nothing more important than spending time and connecting with someone you care for over a couple of beers and a pizza, or the other way around, and realize that maybe, just maybe, as a gamer, happiness is not so much about the video game, but more about who you played with. Folks, thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and before you ask, yes, I'm still working on the MSX story part 2. It's just taking me a bit longer than I would have hoped. If you want to connect on social media, you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of these, and if you want to help the channel further, you can contribute on Patreon. But that's only for really cool people. I wouldn't.